Back from Vegas, y'all know what it is, man. Had to go out there and hold it down because I heard there was going to be some barbecue chicken on the line. I was hungry. Finger looking good after that dub, and we're going to get into this one, man. Like I said, man, we had somebody talking a little bit of ish about our team, and it's Keena Allen. Last year was Joey Bozo. We got the last laugh last year. This year is Keena Allen talking about he gonna cook the DBs, barbecue chicken. Last laugh once again. We go out there and we whoop their ass 27-20. The Chargers didn't want that smoke. Now, one thing I definitely have to say is, man, shout out to the offensive line. We got to get straight into this because the offensive line was playing out of their goddamn minds, man. Let me keep it real with y'all. They made me forget Khalil Mack was even on the other side of the football. Can I be honest with you right now? I completely forgot Khalil Mack was in that damn game. Another thing I have to say is that Devontae Adams is real deal. As we already knew, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns. Once again, the dude is going off. That's 12 touchdowns on the freaking season. This dude's going ham. Josh Jacobs, can't say enough about this, man. 144 yards, 1 touchdown. It was a blast to be out there. Shout out to my guy, SVT, as well. Linking up at the game, man, and finally seeing this team this year in person. Getting the dub is, well, something that you really want to do when you go to a damn game. And it was just a lot of fun. It was great to see this team, on the sidelines, the mannerisms before the game and how they interact and communicate with each other. Because watching it on TV versus the game is a lot different. You get to see the stuff on the sidelines when it's a timeout. And it was great to see the chemistry, man. Everybody was in cahoots. Everybody was out there feeling like it was actually a damn team. Because just a few weeks ago, we was talking about how players weren't buying in. We was just talking about how players weren't really sold on Josh McDaniels or the scheme or whatever the culture they were trying to build here in Vegas. Now going out there, being able to see this team get that dub, 3-game winning streak, y'all. This is 3-game winning streak. Now, when we played the Broncos and we beat them, I wasn't convinced. I remember I was the first one. I was saying, and I'll say it again, I was not convinced after we beat the Broncos about this team. I just said, the Broncos suck. I would rather see us go out there and beat a team like the Seahawks. And then we did go beat the Seahawks. And at that point is when I said, okay, maybe we're starting to see something. Maybe we're starting to see a team that's finally figuring it out, and we could go on a win streak to where we did last year, talking about 6 games in a row. We could do that this year, and we'll be looking at a playoff spot contention. And I could see that. I could really see that. I still believe that at this point, I believe that 9-8 wild card spot could really come true, man. And that was my prediction at the beginning of the year. Now, I really fell off of that just a few weeks ago because we were losing, bro. We was doing terrible things. It was down bad. But with the players we have on this team, and they're starting to show up, and the offensive line playing the way they are, and shout out to the defense, man. Can we talk about the defense and just give them praise for once? Can we give them credit for once? And the reason we won this game was because of the defense. Can we legitimately say that for this one time at least this season? Because you talk about a team that had to really rally together. And you think about the Chargers. The Chargers offense didn't score points until the second quarter, I believe. Because when you think about it, the first points the Chargers got was off a pick six of Derek Carr. Outside of that, the defense was out there holding it down. Chandler Jones gets 3 sacks in this one single game, and he finally shows up for us. And a lot of people have been, bagging on him, rightfully so, because he ain't been doing shit for the money that we've been paying him. But the fact he comes out here and he gets his 3 sacks, okay, let's see you do it again. At least get a sack here and there, maybe a couple in these next few games, because we're going to need him to show up big time. Someone that I also want to talk about is Tillery. This man Tillery came from the Chargers, and I am 100% surprised. I'm completely surprised by this pickup coming out here, developing our defensive line to help make it get to that next step. I'm really surprised because usually when you pick up these kind of guys off of a waiver and they just got released real quick, you don't really get a lot of that production out of them. You're not saying he's been super productive, but just adding him has shown a difference in this defense. I mean, let's look at the last few weeks and how the defensive line has been able to be productive. Last week it was Max Crosby. This week is Chandler Jones. The DBs are able to be out there and cover a little bit better. Merrick is looking way better. I know he was rough at the first half of the season, but this tail end, he's looking a lot better. And remember, this guy is only in his second year in a completely new scheme, doing a lot more difficult tasks than he had to do last year. Last year, he was a single high in a cover 3 scheme. This year, he's in a multiple scheme in a 3-4 system to where he plays man coverage a lot more. And the way the defense is able to switch it up, shout out to Patrick Graham and to the players being able to pick up this scheme. A simple fact that I even got confused because I was out there at the game and I seen that they had ran a man coverage scheme, and then all of a sudden it broke into a zone, and I was shocked. I thought there was a guy going to be wide open, but little did you know it ended up being a cover 3, and you had the backside corner there to cover it. So this film is going to be great to watch is another thing. So this defense really showed up, man. Shout out to the defense really stepping up, doing great things. D line was doing crazy things. DBs was not getting cooked. They knew the barbecue chicken was going to be out there, and they wanted it to be the wide receivers, and it was. So shout out to them, man. Justin Herbert probably had one of his worst games of this season. And one thing I do want to talk about, just one last thing I want to talk about is Derek Carr, man. I've been very critical of Derek Carr, and I'm going to continue to be. I know a lot of people hate to hear that. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that at all, but it's a simple fact that last week he had 2 interceptions, and I haven't been seeing passes that I would really want to see going in the future because say the pass in this past game, the pass he made to Devontae Adams on the sidelines where Devontae Adams caught it in the end zone, that was an underthrown ball. I don't care how you chop it up. That is not a good ball, especially when the receiver has the corner beat. You should have the ball thrown out in front of you, not for the receiver to come back like this and have to make a play against the defensive back because that potentially could get batted down, a PBU, an interception, or get the receiver hurt for having to come back. The ball needs to be out in front of Adams. So, in my opinion, I think Carr definitely still needs to step it up. He threw a pick 6 in the beginning of the damn game. At what point are we going to sit here and say the dude needs to step up and play at the level Adams is playing at, right, for a receiver? Play at the level Jacobs is playing at as a running back. I mean, fuck, the damn offensive line is playing at a high level, and he's getting freaking 4 or 5 seconds to throw the damn ball. You need to put that shit in the right placement. And I think if he's able to do that, then we will be an actual contending team. We will actually be a contending team. And at the end of the day, that's what we're going to have to see from him. We're going to have to see him elevate his game. We can't have these 2 interceptions this game, a pick 6 this game, because you're depending at that point, we're taking away from everybody else trying to do their jobs because somebody's not elevating their game to that next level. That's what I really want to see. I mean, Zamir White's out there. He's getting a little bit more burned now. We're getting later into the season. So I'd like to see that as well. So shout out to him. And last but not least, Josh McDaniels, man. Josh McDaniels got to get some damn credit. I know a lot of people are hard on him and want to see him get fired. But as the season has gone on, he's gotten this team to rally, man. He's gotten this team to go out there, and he's showing some great play calling. I know some people are upset with how he may do things when the clock is low and he'll just take a field goal or something like that, and it shows that he may be a little conservative here and there. But if you watch at the end of the game, he was passing the ball when it was fourth quarter. He wasn't just sitting there running the rock, like trying to run the clock out. No, he kept pushing the ball downfield, and he's able to hit on some of these big pass plays and calling great plays, like the one where Josh Jacobs goes on a 12-yard rush. Very next play, it's a flea flicker. Wide open Adams. Anybody could have made that throw. And it was a great play call by Josh McDaniels to be able to set that up. So shout out to him, man, and shout out to Patrick Graham for scheming up something crazy this week for this defense to be successful, man. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this past game and about the video, man. If y'all want to see more like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Make sure to go rate that like button. Y'all know what it is. Hit that thumbs up, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And shout out to Raider Cody, man. I got to say shout out to Raider Simone as well and my boy SVT for pulling up because it was a blast. It was a hell of a fun time to be out there with Raider Nation, out there at the tailgate at J-Lot, over there in the section that we was in at the Raiders game, over at the blackout party and the party bus. So shout out to Raider Cody for the hospitality and Samoan Raider for the hospitality as well, man. I appreciate everybody tuning into this one. Until next time, y'all, ready to take.